Hey guys, Alex here doing my ROH Boiling Point IPPV review. Show just got off the air a little while ago. Gotta say, it's very much what I expected. It was kind of a throwaway pay-per-view, which is not something you should do when you're ROH and you're trying to build a company after television and stuff. So let's just get into this and get this over with, because I've done this review twice now and it's not worked. So let's hope this is third time's a charm. First match was Roderick Strong versus Mondo in the opener. Pretty slow start to begin with, but it picked up a lot. Crowd got into it as the match went on. Really hot for the finish and the near falls. Roderick kind of carried Mondo, I think, because I think Mondo's offense was just a little weird. I didn't really get behind it. But kudos to Mondo for keeping up, and Roderick kind of carried him in the match. But good match. They tried to tell a nice story about Mondo getting hurt and hurting his arm and then fighting through the pain and everything, kind of like what they did with Adam Cole at Best in the World. But whatever, good match. Then we had Matt Taven versus QT Marshall, Antonio Thomas and Vinny Marseglia, whatever. This was a four-way for the ROH contract. Pretty fun four-way actually. Some nice spots, some good, good high spots, blah blah blah. Everyone I think got their shit in and looked good. Crowd got into it as it went on, because I don't think anyone really knew any of these guys, but they got more and more into them as the match went on. It went a little too long in my opinion. They probably could have cut 3 minutes out of this match and no one would have minded. QT Marshall actually got the win, which I'm kind of glad about, because I see him as a pretty good heel, and I think he'll work a lot. I think he's a good mixture of old and new mixed in, so hopefully good things come out of him. Then we had probably the worst match on the show, Adam Cole versus Brutal Bob. Just sloppy and kind of pointless match. Brutal Bob was in control most of the match, which makes no fucking sense, because he's not really a great wrestler. He's never been a good wrestler. He's more of a trainer. And Adam Cole just came off wins after Davey Richards, Kyle O'Reilly, Roderick, and he's the television champion. He's getting beat up by a 48-year-old man, So nothing for Adam Cole, and it was really pointless. There's a lot of other matches you could have this instead. Next we had Charlie Haas versus Micheal Elgin. Beforehand, the House of Truth came out. Elgin announced that he is cashing in his Survival of the Fittest title match against the champion at World by Honor 11, which is going to take place in Canada. Smart move by ROH, because that will sell that place out, because Steen is a Canadian, so is Elgin, so 2 Canadians in the main event at a Canadian pay-per-view. It's going to sell that place out quickly. Really wish I was going. But anyway, onto the and Roderick announced he's on strike from the House of Truth because he didn't get the title shot that Elgin earned. So match was alright, barely. I'm not gonna bullshit you. It was pretty bad, but basically Charlie just worked over Elgin's knee the whole time and didn't do any thing with it. Just kept getting heat and nothing else. Most of the focus in the match, I think, was on Roderick and just him on the outside and getting at Elgin's face. Elgin eventually threw Charlie Haas into him, knocked him down. Roderick on the apron spit beer in his face right in front of the referee with no disqualification. Explained that. And Charlie Haas rolled him up 1, 2, 3, and your next world champion gets beat by Charlie Haas. And hopefully they do something nice with Elgin at Depth Before Dishonor to give him some momentum, but not really a positive way to use Elgin at the pay-per-view. Then we had Briscoe versus Steve Corino and Jimmy Jacobs. This was a good tag team match, really solid match. I had a lot of fun watching it, got a lot of time. Corino and Jacobs didn't get as much offense as I would have liked, but I didn't really mind, because it worked, in the context that the Briscoes are this veteran tag team, so obviously they're going to beat the piss out of any just, new tag team, so even veterans like Corino and Steve Jacobs. But good match, and, they left a lot for them to build upon for later matches, so good job. Next we had intermission. We came back with a 2 out of 3 falls match between Jay Lethal and Tommaso Ciampa. This is probably the second best match on the card for me. Really enjoyed it. Unfortunately, kind of suffered due to the fact that Ciampa got injured the opening minute of the match. Lethal gave him a backdrop. He landed on his feet, and his knee buckled, and it looks like he might have pulled something or something serious. They haven't announced exactly what, so hopefully it's something serious and just a minor thing, and don't keep him down for too long. But to his credit, he kept working through the entire match. Took some pretty big spots too. He did took a suplex to the outside. Hit the Project Ciampa, which is where he lands a guy around his knees, which is pretty dangerous. Did the Celtic Cross on the apron again. So mad props to Ciampa for fighting through the pain. Ending, some people didn't like it, but I think it worked, because Lethal got so frustrated with Evans interfering and Ciampa trying to cheat, he just kicked him in the balls and then hit his finisher, got the win. some people are seeing it as a way of him turn heel on the television, which they're kind of doing. Maybe it's just him giving an edge. I don't know. I'm kind of cool with either one as long as they do it right. But good, really, really good match. Really enjoyed it. Then we had Sara Del Rey and Eddie Edwards versus Mike Bennett and Maria. This was an entertaining match. Nothing really out of the ordinary. Bennett and Eddie did a lot of the work, which I'm fine with. Sara and Bennett got in the ring a couple times and fought, which I liked. I thought they worked pretty well together. Wouldn't mind seeing a match between them down the road somewhere, but probably not going to happen. Sara didn't actually do that much work, though, which is a shame, because it's probably going to be her last big independent match, except for maybe in Shimmer. But kind of a shame to not give her something bigger to do, but whatever, it worked. Good match, though, entertaining, and nice way to say goodbye to Sara Del Rey for Ring of Honor. Then we had the main event, which is Eddie Kingston versus Steen for the ROH title. It was announced like right at the beginning of the match it's going to be anything goes, and like immediately Eddie goes to the outside, beats up Steve Corino and Jimmy Jacobson, get him out of the way. Him and Steen just had a great brawl, really fit into the feud they've been having, where like it started at the 10th anniversary show, and then they had the match at Synergy, which was really good, and just really built upon this feud, which they were just like bitter rivals. A lot of good table spots and like a lot of good just outside fighting. At one point Steen powerbombed Eddie through a table that was like leaned against the guardrail on the mat or the apron, and like it was like the metal side first, like it really must have fucking hurt, and like Eddie sold it like to death, like he really looked like he was hurt, and like they treated it like he was legitimately hurt, and then like Steen got on the mic and just bashed him like, oh, this is the best you got, Eddie, this is the best you got, you're letting down Larry Sweeney, Larry Sweeney thinks you're a loser. The next step, I'm not gonna repeat what we said, but and like Kingston just snaps and like gets up and just goes in there and starts beating the hell out of him. And really great match, though, and like kudos to the guys for coming up with some crazy ass spots, including a backdrop driver through a chair, which is gotta hurt like a motherfucker. Just some great stuff, great brawl, and I kind of like the fact they did this anything goes match, but hopefully they don't keep this trend going, because I think Steen is such a great worker. He doesn't need the hardcore matches, but for this one and the Dave match it really worked. But hopefully next two shows they won't have to do anything goes. And also after the match, Steen got in with some fans, so I'm sure that the dirt sheets will be talking about that later on. But for now, just say that this show was 7.5 out of 10. It was, what was good was good, what was good, okay was okay, and what was bad was really bad, and very much a throwaway show. I got it for $10 on sale, and I would not recommend you go out of your way to order this show, but if you really, really like what you see, then by all means do it. But me, I think this was kind of a throwaway show, and it was treated like a throwaway show. But that's it for now, guys. Take care. Bye.